Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, the weekend is finally here. You guys already know me. I personally love the weekend due to the fact that we have UFC going on, and obviously it's the weekend. Who doesn't love the weekend? But I wanted to ask all of you out there, how are you all doing today? How are your weekends going? And also, if you guys are having a great time, or if you aren't, does not matter. Smash that like button to show your support for the XRP army, as well as for what's happening around XRP right now, because there's a lot of interesting things going on, and I figured we would dive right into the Ripple and XRP FUD. So here we have the announcement around the acquisition with Ripple and Medico. And of course, we did see Max Kaiser, which is one of the well-known Bitcoin maxis within this market. And we do see Ripple are crooks. Their business model is selling unregistered securities. The SEC is right to shut them down. You know what's funny about this? This overall tweet has almost 75,000 views and it has 87 likes. Now, I like this just so that I could find it. But what's comical is that this is an individual that has over 500,000 plus followers and can barely scratch 100 likes. Because, you know, as we do look at what's happening, you know, the Bitcoin maxis are terrified, in my opinion. And I think that they've been terrified for a little bit of time because, you know, those that were going to get rich off of Bitcoin already got rich. And I think a lot of people understand that and realize that. So who's really out there buying Bitcoin right now? You know, do I think that Bitcoin's going to continue to go up in value? I think that, yeah, it's going to. I mean, it's obvious on how big Bitcoin has been, but, you know, is Bitcoin going to be the #1 crypto token forever? Absolutely not. A new king will rise. And whether that be XRP, HBAR, whatever token out there, I'm here for utility and for the overall view on how large this technology asset class will be. The technology behind crypto is extremely valuable, and it's only a matter of time until people really realize that. And as we do look at companies like Ripple, you know, is Ripple a bunch of crooks? Absolutely not. We've looked into their business model before. We've dived deep in what Ripple is doing, especially around crypto. Like, if you believe in crypto, then you should 100% be in support of what Ripple is doing, because, you know, I'd rather have Ripple, you know, being a custodian around crypto than JP Morgan, for an example. But nonetheless, I do want to dive in because meanwhile, while we are seeing Bitcoin maxis go and FUD Ripple, because again, they absolutely love to have XRP in their mouth, we do see over here from Matthew Lin Y. An alternative digital banking system is lobbied to Congress without a CBDC. Testimony of the USDF consortium. Putting the stable in stablecoins, how legislation will help stablecoins achieve their promise. Subcommittee on Digital Assets, Financial Technology and Inclusion, House Committee on Financial Services, May 18th, 2023. And check this out. This is very interesting. So we do see their members, some pretty large members out there. Then over here, we do see the USDF consortium testimony. This is all around stablecoins. And then over here, the New York Federal Reserve staff reinforced the importance of this in a post in which they argued in favor of tokenized bank deposits. The post notes, in this post, we argue that if DLT, distributed ledger technology, platforms are the transfer mechanism of the future, very strong words there, then it seems worthwhile to find the best possible money that can be used on that transfer mechanism. We suggest that tokenized deposits might be a fruitful avenue to pursue. The only scalable way to bring traditional financial assets on-chain is to leverage the banking system to support that by tokenizing existing bank deposits. Over here, we have the conclusion around blockchain technology and how it holds tremendous potential to improve financial services. And they do go on to mention around this as well, and why they believe that, you know, banks are going to collaborate as they design blockchain infrastructure that will power the future of financial services. So very, very strong words here and very strong overall viewpoints. You know, as we do look at the bank deposits, there's well over, you know, $19 trillion in bank deposits out there. So this is very large technically if we are going to see those tokenized. But, you know, I think that this is what we are waiting for. I think that we are seeing this becoming, you know, a realization around like the idea of, the banking sector being tokenized and ultimately ushering it into the digital age of finance. And also, guess what we've seen? The World Economic Forum names XRP as a crypto asset most relevant in central bank digital currency space. I thought that this was interesting because a lot of people were saying like XRP won't be utilized at all. And again, like this goes all the way back to September of 2020. So I'm bringing this back up because, as we do look at CBDCs, XRP has always been the chosen one. I've talked about this many times in the past. And as we are seeing things start to be tokenized and we're starting to see, things move towards the digital space, like it's only a matter of time until banks do become, major players around the digital asset space. As we do look at this, I also want to say like CBDCs are a focus, stablecoins are a focus, everything is a focus around this space. But I will say XRP has always been, in my mind, a major player in the new financial system that is coming. Whether or not people want to wake up and realize that the new financial system is on the rise. And to me, XRP definitely is a major solution to a lot of the issues. But I also do think that XRP is a perfect bridge asset. And a lot of people were asking me like, why do you think that XRP will be the one to bridge all this like money and, all of the, CBDCs? Well, it's not just, XRP. I think that there's other great, bridges out there as well. But I think that XRP has been the longest one that's been around. And ultimately, it's been positioned and designed and developed for these types of use cases. So, to me, I think that the bridging mechanism around XRP through on-demand liquidity and things like that, it's such a perfect use case for it. It truly is. And also, by the way, today more than ever, because again, like this goes all the way back to 2020, today more than ever, what do you see over here? Ripple company, not XRP. Ripple, the company, is the proud winner of 2 awards at the Digital Currency Awards sponsored by Currency Research. And the DCC Oscars go to James Wallace for Digital Currency Leader of the Year. This is insane to me. Ripple CBDC team for Best Sustainability Award for Digital Currency. Like, I don't think people realize how big this is. Like, to me personally, as we look at what's happening around the CBDC space, we know that 90% of global nations are pushing for CBDCs. We know CBDCs are here. We know that they are a realization. We know that they are, they're no longer an idea of conspiracy theories. They are real. They're here. And, seeing how large Ripple has grown in just the last couple of weeks alone tells me that they are going to be a leader within this space. And that also puts a lot of faith in the idea that XRP will be positioned as that bridge currency, because that's overall Ripple's goal, is to position XRP as that bridge currency. Now, also over here, we do see Justin, Ripple VP, discusses Ripple CBDC endeavors with 4 major partners. Check this out and listen closely.
What clients do you have right now?
So right now we have several clients. We've announced 4. Today, actually, in parallel with this announcement, we announced that we're working with the HKMA in Hong Kong on building out a real estate tokenization platform with CBDC. We also have 3 other projects, one with the Central Bank of Montenegro, and then 2 others. One is with the Central Bank, the Royal Monetary Authority in Bhutan, and then the final is with Palau, which is a republic. It doesn't have actually a central bank, so they're having. We're working with them to issue a government-issued stablecoin.
You just mentioned 4 jurisdictions that are very different from each other. Talk to me a little bit about why you're choosing to work with these governments first.
Well, as I said, we are working with some others that we can't talk about yet. But generally, we find that a lot of the smaller countries are a bit more nimble and are able to do things more quickly. Probably the opposite end of the spectrum is, the European Central Bank, the Eurozone, or the US, where it's a very complex environment, a lot of different vested, interested parties, regulatory uncertainty in some cases. So some other countries, the countries I mentioned, are able to move more quickly, and that is great for us because it gives us great experience, early on in this marketplace, and it's also great for those countries as well.
And I do apologize if the video was messing up a little bit there, but as we do see this, like it seems as though, Ripple is now ready. They are ready to be the pioneer within the CBDC space, and it seems as though central banks are now ready as well to issue their CBDCs. Again, this is exactly what the XRP community has been saying for so long, that Ripple is the leader within this area, and XRP it's perfectly positioned. There's no question about that. There's literally no question about that now. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, a lot of people have been saying on my videos, like, dude, like, how long do we have to wait? How long do we have to wait? Like, when are we going to see XRP, you know, be this, that, whatever? I want you all to understand that this is exactly what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for things like this to happen for a while. Now we are seeing a globalized push on central bank digital currencies, stable coins, digital assets, etc. And it's all here. It's all here. And I do think that Ripple is becoming that key player. And we do see over here from Crypto Airy, Ripple's expertise lies in XRP for payments and commercial. Central bank money is integral to the Internet of Value. Full suite based on XRP Ledger. 90% of countries focus on efficient cross-border payments. Cross-border is key in every project. Seamless digital asset transfer between chains is essential. Listen closely.
You know, we've sort of positioned ourselves to have a full platform. So, you know, we're not just supplying a ledger, we're not just supplying, you know, a payments element. We actually have this full suite. We're calling it the Ripple CBDC platform, what we call a full stack solution. So it has everything that the central bank and commercial banks need to manage and issue CBDC. So there's something called the issuer, which is where you do the minting and the distribution of the CBDC. Next module is the operator. So that enables you to manage the currency, perform payments and so forth. Then there's the core ledger. The ledger is sort of the fundamental technology behind it, and we've based our CBDC ledger on the public XRP ledger, which was built, you know, primarily for payments, very fast, low cost, very sustainable. And then you have wallets, you know, the user wallets behind it. There's a lot of reasons why CBDC is of interest. I think over 90% of countries now have got some work going on in the CBDC space. And there are different motivations. You know, one of the core ones is payments efficiency. So if you think about our core businesses, you know, we have a RippleNet, which is a cross-border payments network. As I mentioned earlier, cross-border is a big topic for central banks. So we see huge efficiencies that can be made, you know, addressing the frictions and high costs with cross-border payments today. So CBDC will be part of that as one of the digital currencies used for cross-border. It's very interesting. You know, you think CBDC would be a sort of sovereign topic, right? Central bank, it's part of the government, you know, related to the government in a country. But without exception, every project we're involved in has got cross-border payments as one of the top topics that they want to improve. Now, whether that's remittances or, you know, trade flows, lots of different reasons. Think about a lot of the innovation that's going on around, you know, digital payments of different sorts. You know, the technology has to work, right? You have to be able to take an asset from one chain to another. You have to think about, you know, how that does. So the whole area of interoperability is you know, one of the top topics that we're always asked questions about. Like the CBDC, you know, and the basic ability to do a payment and settle in a digital way is what's going to be needed to help these other Web3 applications come to reality. So that, I mean, that's I think the net answer of why CBDC is so important to us. You know, the Internet of Value is going to have central bank money as part of it, and you know, we want to be a facilitator of that. You know, we're builders, and we want to make sure that we can help the central banks and the private sector collaborate so that we can start moving further towards this Internet of Value vision.
And it's all centered out on that vision of the Internet of Value. And I think that this is so crucial to focus on. I mean, listen, I'm not here to tell you guys that XRP tomorrow is going to be worth $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 or $35,000 like we've been hearing forever. Listen, I've told you guys about Jimmy Valley. I've told you guys about the Hill Capital. I don't believe in that nonsense. I believe in what's in front of us. I believe that, you know, the Internet of Value is a real thing. The Internet of Value is coming. It's happening. And I do think that XRP is going to be crucial for it. I think that the XRP ledger is perfectly suited for this. In fact, you could, you know, see it. I mean, we are seeing Ripple source the power of the XRP ledger and XRP as a digital asset. And this is why it's so crucial to focus on, because, you know, outside of what Ripple is doing with the XRP ledger and XRP, you know, we also have the XRP ledger itself being utilized by the retail sector. We have projects building out on the XRP ledger. We have DeFi projects that are coming to the XRP ledger. We have so much happening here around the XRP ledger and XRP itself that even if tomorrow Ripple did not utilize XRP, XRP will still be extremely valuable. But then when you tie Ripple into the entire subject, you also have it being homed on by Ripple's overall customer suite, which is going to be centered out on central banks, enterprises, commercial, I mean, you name it. This is extremely large. This is why I've been saying to focus on what is happening here in real time around central bank digital currencies and around the global monetary system. And whether or not those out there see it or not, that's totally fine. I'm not here to show you guys that, hey, XRP is going to be worth this and that, and this is exactly why you need to be buying XRP. No, listen, I don't even need to make videos on XRP because most of you understand what's actually happening here. Now, the reason why I make XRP videos, the reason why I talk about what's happening is because I don't want people to miss out on the greatest wealth transfer in history. Because the internet of value will touch everything of value. Anything that you could think of that has a value tied to it, it will be tokenized. And we're starting to see Ripple really home on with the idea of tokenization and NFTs. We see over here from Anderson, Ripple is creating a one-stop shop. The best way that I can describe this as well is this exact sentence. Ripple is creating a one-stop shop for digital assets and use by financial institutions, banks, and enterprises. Custody, cross-border payments, and settlement. Keyword there, settlement too. Global network, RippleNet. Buy, sell different digital assets. Tokenization, NFTs, and I'm sure much more is coming. Yeah, AMM, right? It's live on the DevNet, as we do see down here from David Slaney. They're covering all angles. The planned secret sauce, as Schwartz called it. Yeah, that AMM is huge because as we do see those go live, when they do go live, that is going to be huge. What we will see is much deeper liquidity. Liquidity pools will be created through those AMMs. I mean, like what we are about to see has been worth the wait. It really has. I know for 2.5 years, we have seen the price action be stifled. We've been seeing the growth being stifled, but it has not slowed down Ripple at all. They have expanded beyond the means of what anyone would have anticipated with them being in the lawsuit with the SEC for 2.5 years. And XRP as an asset has held up so strong. I'm so happy about that. And as we do look at what's really happening around the world, we are about to see an evolution like no other. And I'm so excited for it. I really do think that people need to wake up and really see the value here because it's not just about, hey, Bitcoin. Like these Bitcoin maxis come out of the woodwork to always completely shill their nonsense and talk down on Ripple and talk down on XRP and talk down on any other asset that's not Bitcoin. Because again, these are the people that got rich off of Bitcoin and they need to continue to shill it to keep it alive because ultimately speaking, Bitcoin doesn't really have that much utility. I've said it time and time again. That Bitcoin was never created for payments. Why do you think it needs to be, tied to a layer 2 network that is extremely vulnerable and it makes Bitcoin vulnerable, aka the Lightning Network, to actually make payments even possible utilizing Bitcoin? It's because guess what? Going back well over a decade ago when XRP was initially created, and you could argue that it was created a little bit beforehand, but it fully went live in 2012, XRP changed the game. Because XRP is one of the most scalable assets within the space. It has been perfectly designed and developed for payments, and it continues to be a leader around the space, very similar to HBAR, Casper, etc. So with that in mind, do I believe that XRP was chosen? 100%. Do I believe that XRP will be very large going forward on in time? Yes, 100%. I think that the value of XRP will be significantly higher than what anyone can anticipate because we are seen to be in position for the new financial system and the internet of value is here. It's happening. It's being built. And when this does go fully live, when we see mass adoption at scale, everything that we are going through and everything that we have gone through up until this point will 100% be worth it. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join for Discord down in the description below. It says that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this. Before this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.